guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the most terrifying cryptid that America has ever seen. It's the Mothman, the creature of Point Pleasant. In November of 1966, for the first time, there were reports of an enormous winged creature roaming around the town of Point Pleasant, West Virginia. And to make things worse, it wasn't just one person who saw this thing. Over the course of the next year, dozens of people would claim to have seen the same beast. The witness descriptions are eerily consistent: a large humanoid creature with gigantic wings, glowing red eyes, and an unspeakable screech. The creature was said to be well over 2 meters tall and have huge bat-like wings that beat slowly and silently as it glided through the air. To add to the terror, this monster was said to be incredibly fast, vanishing into the night before anyone could get a good look at it. But those who did catch a glimpse of it agreed on one thing: the creature had eyes that glowed a bright red in the darkness. Those who saw the creature also claimed that they felt an overwhelming sense of fear wash over them, and an unexplainable feeling that something bad was going to happen. So, what exactly was this creature? Was it some kind of escaped circus animal? A deranged hermit covered in feathers and fur? Or was it something even more sinister? On the evening of December 15, 1967, 142 cars and 5 buses were traveling across the Silvert Bridge over the Ohio River, when suddenly, the bridge began to collapse. At the time, many assumed that a passing tugboat had struck one of the bridge's pillars, causing it to collapse. However, an investigation later revealed that a faulty eye-bar had caused the disaster. Before long, the entire structure gave way and all 142 vehicles plunged into the icy waters below. Out of the 500 people who were on the bridge, only 37 survived. The tragedy became known as the worst peacetime bridge disaster in the history of the United States. And after the tragedy, people began to recall the strange Mothman sightings that had occurred just weeks prior. One man named Roger Scarberry remembers seeing the creature just 2 days before the bridge collapsed. He told the local newspaper it was the size of a double-decker bus. Its wings were outstretched like a fighter plane coming in for a crash landing. It had big red glaring eyes. Another eyewitness, Mrs. John Michael, recounted her experience seeing the beast standing on a hill overlooking the town. She said, "I couldn't help but stare. It was just standing there looking at the town, just looking at us. Then it spread its wings and floated away." Even though so many people witnessed the Mothman in the weeks leading up to the bridge disaster, there were still skeptics. Many argued that people were simply misidentifying common birds or using their imaginations. However, one man named Jim Drake claimed that he actually managed to capture the Mothman on camera. When the photos first surfaced, they appeared to show a dark-winged humanoid standing on a bridge. But soon enough, photo experts analyzed the pictures and claimed that they had been doctored. Apparently, the shadows cast by the trees lining the road had been crudely removed, making it appear as if the photo had been taken at night. Despite this, many people still believe that Drake's photos are legitimate proof that the Mothman really exists. As the years passed, the legend of the Mothman continued to grow. The creature became a legendary figure in American folklore, similar to Bigfoot or the Jersey Devil. Perhaps the most comprehensive study of the Mothman was conducted by John A. Keel in his 1975 book, The Mothman Prophecies. In the book, Keel collected eyewitness accounts of the Mothman and proposed that the creature was not just a hallucination or misidentification, but a genuine phenomenon. He suggested that the Mothman may have been a harbinger of disaster, appearing before other tragedies as well. For example, in 1965, a woman named Linda Scarberry witnessed a pair of glowing red lights in the sky over Point Pleasant. She didn't think much of it until the next day, when she learned about the plane crash that had occurred in the area. Keel also noted that a mysterious winged creature had been spotted in the area, just prior to the collapse of the nearby TNT. This led him to conclude that the Mothman may have been trying to warn people of the danger. But what exactly was the creature trying to warn us about? Some believe the Mothman is a supernatural entity that feeds off human emotions, drawn to areas where disaster strikes. If this is true, it's possible that the Mothman isn't a malevolent being, but simply curious about human behavior. Others argue that the Mothman is an interdimensional traveler from another world, accidentally stumbling into our reality. Perhaps the creature's glowing red eyes are not eyes at all, but indicators of a higher intelligence beyond our own. Some believe the Mothman is a fallen angel, banished from heaven for some unknown sin. Perhaps the creature's wings represent its former glory, while its haunting screech is a lament for the fall. Then there are those who believe the Mothman is nothing more than a figment of our collective imagination. According to this theory, the Mothman doesn't exist at all, and all the sightings are simply a mass delusion. This may seem far-fetched, considering the sheer number of witnesses, but stranger things have happened. After all, the Salem witch trials were based on nothing more than mass hysteria. In modern times, the Mothman has become a cultural icon. The creature has been featured in numerous books, TV shows and movies, including the 2002 film starring Richard Gere. The Mothman Festival is even celebrated every year in Point Pleasant, attracting visitors from all over the country. During the festival, people can enjoy live music, food vendors, and even a Mothman look-alike contest. Of course, the main event is the parade, which features a giant winged Mothman and plenty of other cryptids. For those who believe in the Mothman, the festival is a celebration of a misunderstood creature that has been unfairly demonized. For those who remain skeptical, the festival is simply a fun way to spend a weekend in West Virginia. Regardless of your beliefs, one thing is certain. The legend of the Mothman will continue to live on for years to come. Who knows? Maybe someday, we'll discover the truth behind the glowing red eyes in the sky. Or perhaps, some mysteries are best left unsolved. Now, check out Cryptid, Caught on Camera, the Loch Ness Monster, or click this other video instead.